investiture ceremony marks the beginning of a new dawn of the student council, wherein the veteran leaders hand over the mantle of leadership to their kin. Therefore, investiture ceremony Therefore, investiture ceremony has a special significance in schools. During this ceremony, the responsibilities are entrusted to the newly appointed council members who take their scepter with pride and take pledge to work for the other students' welfare. Leaders are not born, they are made. A true leader has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make the tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to others.
Prayer is a raising of one's mind and heart to God. Let us begin this auspicious day with prayer. I request our chief guest, dignitaries, and my dear friends to raise for Tamil Thai Valthu.
We request all the students also to raise up from your seats. நீராறும் கடலுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிர் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறனுகளும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திறம்பி எந்த செயல்முரண்டு வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே. திக்கிட்டும் ஒளி வீசும் திருமகள் வாசம் செய்யும் தீபங்கள் பலவிதம் மங்களத்தின் அடையாளமாக குத்து விளக்கினை ஏற்றி விழாவினை சிறப்பிக்க வருமாறு சிறப்பு விருந்தினர்களையும் நம் பள்ளியின் பொறுப்பாளர்களையும் அன்புடன் அழைக்கின்றோம். शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं सन्ध्यादीप नमोऽस्तुते दीपो हरतु मे पापं सन्ध्यादीप नमोऽस्तुते शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः. We thank all the dignitaries and thank you, Nivya ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. It's a magnificent evening, and I'm thrilled to welcome you all to this momentous occasion. Today, we are privileged to have an iconic leader, Commissioner of Police, Suramangalam, Salem City. We welcome you, sir. We are also delighted to have a visionary leader, our AGM sir, Mr. Venkata Krishna Reddy with us. Welcome, sir. Our pillar of strength, respected principal, Mrs. Malati Raja, has graced us with her presence. Welcome, ma'am. I also welcome our esteemed Vice Principal, Mrs. Srimati, and dignified K2 Vice Principal, Mrs. Pavitra. A heartfelt welcome to our department in charges, teachers, parents, and students who have joined us today. Your presence is the spirit that will make this event an unforgettable one. Let's join together, ignite our spirits, and make this day a resounding success. Thank you all for being here, and let's create memories that will last a lifetime.
Our dignified chief guest, Mr. K. Nilavalagan, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Suramangalam, Salem, plays a vital role in serving the public. He always ensures public safety and welfare, providing effective leadership and guidance to his team. On behalf of the community, we extend our gratitude for your tireless service, sir. On behalf of our management, once again, we thank you for accepting our invitation and elated with your presence. Now it's time to honor our chief guest. I request our dignitaries to come forward. Give a big round of applause, children. And here the important event begins. So let's visualize the slow march of our council members. Our academic dean, Mr. Kanagraj, and C-Batch in charge, Mrs. Malati, is stepping ahead. Followed by the head boy and the head girl. Head boy, Bangalan from C2A, and head girl, Shruti Reddy from C2A is stepping ahead. Down the line, we have the deputy head boy, Chirag from C3A, and deputy head girl, Sashri from S3A. Next comes the in charges of sports and CCA in charge, Mrs. Nandini and Ms. Vaishnav. Followed by the sports captains of high school, Abhi from 9C, upper primary sports captain, from 5A, and lower primary sports captain, Afra from SM2. And we have the associate captains from high school, Hanya from 9C, Satvika from 5C, Deepanandan from 2A. Next in the array, we have the house master of Samurai, Mr. Saravanan, and house mistress, Mrs. Priyanka, followed by the high school house captain, Manush from and deputy Captain Darshini from S3. Down the line, we have House Master of Spartans, Mr. Tirumali. House Mistress, followed and Deputy Captain Hansini from S. Next, we can visualize the House Master of Vikings, Mr. Saji, and House Mistress, Mrs. Revati. They are followed by the House Captain Arjun from 9B and Deputy Captain Prajna from C3A. Next, it is followed by the Knight's House Master, Mr. Ravi, House Mistress, Mrs. Kokila. They are followed by the Captain Siddharth of 9A and Deputy Captain Rakshana of C3B. Next, we have the Upper Primary Council members, Mrs. Sharanya, the YLP coordinator, and Mrs. Aarti, YM coordinator, is stepping ahead, followed by the head boy, Siddharth Vail of YM5, and head girl, Rakshita of 5C. They are followed by the deputy head boy, Mohan of 4F, and deputy head girl, Adira of YM4B. Next, we have the House of Samurais. The house mistresses, Mrs. Swati and Mrs. Malati, are taking the lead. Down the line, we have the captains of Samurai, Mahita from 5A and Deputy Captain Ivan Alexandro from YM4B. Next, we have the House of Spartans. House mistresses, Mrs. Valli and Mrs. Nandita, followed by the Captain Varshika of 5F and Deputy Captain Aryan of YM4A. Next comes the vibrant Viking house, house mistresses Mrs. Prabha and Mrs. Janika Devi, followed by the Captain Rahul Krishna of 5A and Deputy Captain Lakshana of YM4A. The Knight's house takes the lead. The house mistresses Mrs. Maurya and Mrs. Tamarai Selvi. They are followed by the Captain Pritesh of YM5B, Deputy Captain Dia of YM4A. Next, we have the Lower Primary Council members, Ms. Rashya Verma, YLP Coordinator, and Mrs. Vidya, SM Coordinator, are taking the lead. They are followed by the head boy, Advik Arav of 2B, and head girl, Shamiksha of SM2B. They are followed by the deputy head boy, Karan Vail from SM2A, and deputy head girl, Devashri Isabella from 2B. Samurai House, the house mistresses, Miss Priyadashini and Miss Sasi Priya, are stepping ahead. Followed by them, we have the Captain Nithalan Logesh from SM2A and Deputy Captain Mitra from 2G. Down the line, we have the House of Spartans, house mistresses Mrs. Nandini and Mrs. Sabira. They are marching ahead and they are followed by the Captain Nabilan of 2D and Deputy Captain Pravishna Pranav from SM2A. Next, the Viking house, house mistresses Miss Aishwarya and Mrs. Gayatri. Followed by the Captain Itisha from 2A and Deputy Captain Danvan from SM2A. Next, we have the team of knights, the house mistresses, Miss Niveta and Miss Prabina. They are followed by the captain, Joshwin, SM2A, and deputy captain, Samruta from 2F. Last but not the least, we have the pre-primary council members. Mrs. Gayatri Armugam, the pre-primary coordinator, and Mrs. Kanimuli are taking the lead. Followed by the tiny buds, head boy Arush Omtri from Mavericks 2 and head girl Nafisa from IK2E. Down the line, we have the sports captain Gitwik from Mavericks IK2A and CCA captain Aditi Krishnan from Mavericks 4.
Our Chaitanyan leaders are ready for the captainship and to rule the world.
Our students are on the brink of new chapter in their lives. This ceremony lays the foundation of culture which eventually creates the leaders of the future. I request our dignitaries to honor the council members. First comes the high school team. Our C batch in charge and the dean are stepping ahead to the stage.
Our academic dean, Mr. Kanagaraj, is stepping forward with our school flag. Our school head boy is marching forward.
Our school head boy, Danunan from C2A, and the head girl, Shruti Reddy of C2A, are marching ahead to receive their badges and treasures. Next, we have the deputy head boy, Chirag from C3A, and deputy head girl, Sai Shri of S3A.
The badges and sashes are the responsibilities upheld by our head boy and the head girl. They are ready to give a big round of applause, children. With a true leadership, they are ready for the upcoming events of 2024 and 2025.
The deputy head boy and the deputy head girl are marching ahead to receive their badges.
Give a supporting hand to our head boy and the head girl. Here we have our deputy captains.
Next, we have the team of sports and CCA. Mrs. Nand and Ms. stepping ahead. Followed by the high school sports captain and high school CCA captain, Abhinivesh from 9C and Hania from 9C.
Our sports captains are ready to take up the leadership and honor our school with the meritorious moments.
On stage, we have the team of samurais, the house master Mr. Saravanan and the house mistress Mrs. Priyanka. Followed by the captain and deputy captain are marching ahead to receive their badges, Manoj from S3 and Darshini from S3. The team of Spartans takes the lead. The house master, Mr. Thirumalesham and house mistress Mrs. Kritika are marching ahead. Followed by the captain, Shashwin from 9C and deputy captain Hansini from SP. Next comes the team of Vikings. The captains and deputy captain, Arjun from 9B and Prashna from C3A takes the lead. They are marching ahead with their badges. Followed by the house master and house mistress, Mr. Shaji and Mrs. Devati.
The symbol of responsibility is laid on the captains and followed by the deputy captains.
The team of knights is marching ahead. The house captain Siddharth from 9A and deputy captain Rakshana from C3A are moving ahead to receive their badges. Followed by the house master and house mistress, Mr. Ravi and Mrs. Gokila.
Next, we have the upper primary the head boy from YM5 and head girl Rakshita from 5C are marching ahead. Followed Chaitanya, YLP coordinator, and Mrs. Aarti. The deputy head boy and the deputy head girl are marching ahead to receive their badges. Mohan from 4F and Adira from YM4B. In the array, we have the team of samurais.
We the Chaitanyans are here to create today, tomorrow and the future.
The sports captain and CCA captain receive their badges and moving ahead. Next comes the team of samurais from Upper Primary Council team. Captain Mahita from 5A and Deputy Captain Ivan Alexandro from YM4B are receiving their badges. Followed by the house mistresses, Mrs. Swati and Mrs. Malati.
Doing right things at the right time is a quality of a leadership. Here our leaders are here to receive the responsibility and uphold the position. Stepping forward is the Spartans team, along with the housemaster and mistress.
Captain Varshika of 5F and Deputy Captain Aryan of YM4A are stepping ahead to receive their badges.
To translate the vision into reality, our leaders are ready over here, receiving their responsibilities and honors.
Followed by the house mistresses, Mrs. Valli and Mrs. Nandita.
Stepping forward is our Vikings team, along with the house mistress.
Captain Rahul Krishna from 5A and Deputy Captain Lakshana from YM4A are receiving their badges.
followed by the house mistresses, Mrs. Prabha and Mrs. Janika Devi. Dear children, give them a round of applause.
Holding the responsibilities with a great vision, our little buddies are marching forward.
The Knights team, Captain Pritesh from YM5B and Deputy Captain Dia from YM4A are receiving the badges. The house mistresses, Mrs. Maurya and Mrs. Tamarai Selvi are moving ahead.
The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the great things. He is the one who gets the people to do great things. Here, our little buddies are marching towards holding the responsibilities to fulfill all the deeds of Sri Chaitanya.
The head boy Advik Arav from 2B, head girl Samiksha from SM2B are receiving their badges, along with Ms. Rashia Verma, YLP coordinator, and Mrs. Vidya, SM coordinator. Followed by the deputy head boy and deputy head girl, Kavinwell from SM2A and Devashri Isabella from 2B. The sports captain and CCA captain of lower primary is ready to march. Sports captain Afra from SM2C and CCA captain Ditya Nandan from 2A. They are receiving the badges.
The vision of tomorrow is right in front of our eyes, getting their ownership and leadership.
Next, we have the team of samurais. Captain Nithalan Logesh from SM2A and Deputy Captain Mitra from 2G are marching ahead. Followed by the house mistresses, Miss Priyadashini and Miss Sasi Priya.
The warriors and the ideal leaders are right in front of us, receiving their honors.
The Spartans house takes the lead. Captain Navilan from 2D and Deputy Captain Pavishna Pranav from SM2A are marching ahead. followed by the house mistresses, Mrs. Nandini and Mrs. Sabira.
Spartans. The exuberant role in fighting against the social evil in the modern society. Our little buddies are here, holding the position right now, receiving their honors. Children, give a big round of applause.
Marching ahead, the team of Vikings, Captain Itisha from 2A and Deputy Captain Danwant from SM2A are stepping ahead. Followed by the house mistresses, Miss Aishwarya and Mrs. Gayatri.
Valiant Vikings receiving their honors and badges. The journey is always not tough to the great warrior. Our little buddies are holding the responsibility with a smile.
The House of Knights takes the lead. Captain Joshprim from SM2A and Deputy Captain Samruta from 2F are marching ahead to receive their badges. The house mistresses, Miss Niveta and Miss Prabina, marching ahead.
Noble knights born to win. Here we have our little buddies. They are born to win, receiving their responsibilities. Success always strolls in their hearts and minds.
Adding beauty to the spectacle of council members, we have the pre-primary department. Mrs. Gayatri Armugam, the pre-primary coordinator, and Mrs. Kanimuli are taking the lead, along with the head boy Arush Omtri from Mavericks 2 and head girl Nafiza from IK2E.
Our future council is right in front of us, stepping forward with the tiny tots. Children, give a big round of applause. We have created today. We are developing tomorrow. And see, right in front of us, we have a future generation too.
Last but not the least, we have the sports captain and CCA captain of pre-primary council members. Githwik from Mavericks IK2A and Aditya Krishnan from Mavericks 4 are marching ahead.
These little captains are here to take the true sportsmanship and make their little buddies follow them. Give a big round of applause. The sports captain and CCA captain are receiving the honors. It's a great enlightenment to see our leaders honored. And now they are holding up their responsibilities and ready to march forward.
March part symbolizes synchronization and teamwork. Our council leaders are marching ahead. It is here we entrust faith and hope in our newly appointed council students. Every student obtains leadership and feels proud. This gives them an opportunity to acquire the sort of communication, planning, and organization skills which will be beneficial to them.
Our high school council team is right in front of the dais with a great responsibility and ownership.
Samurais, the symbol of ideal warriors and citizens, their involvement in politics of imperial court ultimately become a new force and rising economy. Spartans, trained in discipline and honor of warrior society, and tradition states that Spartans are first founded iconic army. The Viking House, Viking modern name given to the seafaring people. Vikings were skilled in architecture, law, art, and trade. Vikings are independent in their attitude. They can be considered as a melting pot of Slavic and Scandinavian elements. Noble knights born to win as chessman warrior, as champion warrior with weapon as word.
Our little buddies are marching forward right in front of the dais with a great honor. Our Chaitanyans with a great power of thunder and zeal of typhoon. Each flag which they hold symbolizes the war and courage, the responsibility which they hold to fulfill all the deeds of the academic year 2024 to 2025. With the great leaders on the dais, our leaders are marching forward, stepping up the high school team, followed by the mid school, and next by our little buddies. Our dignitaries are the visionary leaders who carve them.
மனதிலே உறுதி வேண்டும் என்ற பாரதியின் துடிப்புமிகு வரிகளுக்கு ஏற்ப உறுதி கொண்ட உள்ளத்துடன் பதவியினை ஏற்று சிறப்பு விருந்தினர் முன் கம்பீரமாக காட்சியளிக்கும் எம் பள்ளி மாணவர்கள் உற்சாகமான கைத்தட்டல் கொடுத்து புதிதாக பதவியேற்ற மாணவர்களை உற்சாகப்படுத்துவோம்.
We are here in the most important segment. Oath-taking ceremony holds a vital role in investiture ceremony. The newly appointed school council members pledge to work earnestly and keep the motto higher, stronger and brighter result to the zenith. I invite Ms. Gayatri for the oath elegance.
Our dignitaries are the spectators of this oath-taking ceremony.
We, the students of Sri Chaitanya Techno School, swear that we will take part in our investiture ceremony 2024-2025, elected loyally, where we respect the rules and regulations which governs the desires of participating in all the activities with the true spirit of leadership quality for the honor of our school. Order.
Thank all the dignitaries who have honored our children and been the spectator for the great swear. Now I request our honorable chief guest to address the gathering.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். இந்த இனிமையான மாலை வேளையில் இந்த இளமையான ரொம்ப கள்ளங்கபடம் இல்லாமல் சின்ன குழந்தைங்களை பார்க்குறது மிக சந்தோஷமான சூழ்நிலை. கள்ளங்கபடம் இல்லாத குழந்தைகள்னு சொல்கிறேன். இப்போ குழந்தைங்கள்லாம் கள்ளங்கபடத்தோடு இருக்குது. ஆனால் உங்கள் ஸ்கூல் பிள்ளைங்கள்லாம் கள்ளங்கபடம்லாம் இருக்க மாதிரி தெரியுறாங்க. எப்போதும் இதுமாரி கள்ளங்கபடம் இல்லாமல் நல்லபடியாக படித்து உங்களுக்கு இந்த ஃபங்க்ஷனுடைய இங்கிலீஷ் வேர்டு படித்து பாருங்கள். அதில் முதலீடுன்னு போட்டிருந்தது தமிழில். உங்களுடைய முதலீடு படிப்பு மட்டும்தான். அதை மட்டும் முன்னிலைப்படுத்தி உங்களோட வாழ்க்கையை சிறப்பாக அமைத்துக்கணும். கேரக்டர் கேர்ஃபுல்லாக வச்சுக்கணும். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
உண்மையும் நேர்மையும் உள்ளவனாக வாழ்ந்தால் அஞ்சா நெஞ்சம் கொண்டவனாக இருக்கலாம் என்ற நேதாஜி வரிகளுக்கு இணங்க சிறப்பாக உரையாற்றி மாணவர்களுக்கு பதவியேற்பு விழாவை ஏற்படுத்தி கொடுத்த நம் சிறப்பு விருந்தினர்களுக்கு மனமார்ந்த நன்றி.
To conclude our ceremony, I would like to invite Shivani to deliver the vote of thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, respected teachers, dear parents and students, as we conclude this momentous occasion, I take immense pleasure in proposing a vote of thanks to our distinguished chief guest, Mr. K. Nilavalagan, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Salem City, for gracing us with his presence and inspiring us with his words of wisdom. I thank our dignitaries, in charges, teachers, parents and students. Your participation and enthusiasm have made this event a resounding success. Thank you for your unwavering support. Let's extend our appreciation to everyone who has contributed to this event, from the organizers to the volunteers. Let's cherish the memories of the special day. Thank you all once again.
Thank you, Shivani. With great respect and pride, let us all rise for the national anthem. I request you all to stand upright and sing along with pride in your hearts and respect in your souls.
Mohan, please come forward.
இவர் பேர் மோயிந்து. இவர் இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் ஆரம்பத்துலேருந்து நான் பார்த்தேன் அவர் என்ன பண்ணுறான்ட்டு. ஆக்டிவாக இருக்கார். ரெண்டாவது வந்து கம்ப்ளீட் மார்ச் பாஸ்ட்டு முடிகிற வரைக்கும் கம்ப்ளீட்டாக கரெக்டாக பண்ணார். அதுக்காக அவருக்கு ஒரு 500 rupees.
Give a big round of applause, children.
இல்லை இது கிஃப்ட்டு வச்சு
Our deputy head boy is receiving, Master Mohit is receiving the honorship from our chief guest, a cash award of rupees 500 for his great march fast throughout the entire program.
Thank you, sir, for the appreciation.
Thank you, sir.
Let us all rise from our seats for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विदाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गादा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विदाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद.
Now it's a time for the photo session. special appreciation to our band team. Children, give a big round of applause. We request our band team to come forward for the photo session. A heartfelt thanks to all our PT department. Children, kindly step down and arrange yourself housewise. Children, arrange yourself housewise. I request our PT teachers also to come forward along with our band team. students of grade 9 can disperse to your classes. We request the house master and house mistress to come forward for the photo session. High school house in charges, please come forward. All the in charges kindly step forward.